Mr. Draco joining us this evening. How are you, sir? Good to see you. Scott Stefano. Hey now. Nancy Weems in the house with us. Hey, this is Chris with Cycle Source. I am going to be your engineer for the next 60 minutes of Motorcycle Cannonball Chronicles, coming to you live from the Source Media headquarters every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So good. So good. See you guys here on Great Wednesday. Hump Day, Hump Day, Hump Day. Getting over the middle of the week and doing it with some good motorcycle talk. We're just about 4 minutes from going live with this one, but that's plenty of time for you guys to do your part. Hit the like and share button. Help us get this show out all across the two-wheeled universe. Stick around. We're going live in 4. Marty, the Rip Rap Roadhouse, Dayton, Ohio, checking in. Hump day over at Retrocycle too. It's catchy. Marsha Fitzpatrick here with us, live from a cold Melbourne, Australia, coming out of the 4th lockdown. Jesus, our hearts and prayers with you, man. Cole Deister in the house, firing up that sweeper. Andrew Phillips, shout out to you too. Hey, so while the show is on, you don't have to just sit there and be an observer. You can participate in the show wherever you're watching from, YouTube, Facebook, what have you. Throw your comments right there and they'll come up on the screen. The host will get to them throughout the show. They can be questions, comments, concerns, or complaints in general. We'll try to get to them throughout the hour. 2 minutes. 2 minutes, we're going live with this one. Stick around. Joe Mooney, hi from QLD, Australia. Leanne Sims checking in, keeping down the home fort. Matt Miller, number 46 in the house. Hey, I keep forgetting that. If you guys are riders, you have a rider number in the Chase or the Motorcycle Cannonball, put your rider number out. You get some extra credit. And like Rob says, mash the share button. Mash it. Steve Broyles checking in from the road in Pennsylvania. Poppy's in my town. Cut it out. 40 seconds. 40 seconds until we're going live with this one. That's just about time to let the boys get these things fired up and out on the road, out of the garage, so we can get ready and go live with this week's installment of the Motorcycle Cannonball Chronicles. Here we go.
Well, hey there, everybody. What is happening? That's right. It is Wednesday night, time for Cannonball Chronicles. Like I said last week, I will be coming straight from the Ozarks, and you can see I'm deep in it from my shot right here. Ooh, this place is freaking beautiful. I cannot believe what I've seen the last few days. The chase riders coming up this year are going to be blown away by some of the things that they'll get to see here. Just unbelievable. Not at an actual secret location tonight. I'm actually at a good friend, Cannonball rider and upcoming chase rider, Terry Richardson's house. We're just sitting back, kicking back, talking some BS, having a good old time. I'm flying out of here tomorrow back to Arizona to grab some more stuff, and I will be back in the Ozarks next week and getting ready for the run that's coming up. While I get ready to get in my seat and get kicked back for the night with our great guest, I want to turn everything over to Rob for a few minutes and bring him in. What's up going on, Robbie?
Hey, how you doing there, buddy? Nancy Weems says she thinks she hears banjos in the background.
There's a few.
I just want to remind everybody that we're coming to you through Chopper Town and the Source Media streams that are out there. From the penthouse high atop Source Media, Retro Cycle Studios. So they broadcast 50 floors below. We're in the penthouse tonight.
And I'm in the Ozarks.
And you're in the Ozarks.
Can't get any better than this.
So share one of the secrets of the Ozarks with us.
There's so many. I don't even know which one to share.
Well, share one. Look how beautiful it is.
Oh, it is unbelievable. Unbelievable. I've been on some of the best 2-lane black road highways here in America. I mean, this is really, really untapped secret down here is the Ozarks. I'm getting chills just even thinking about, the last few days, and it's going to be unbelievable. So,
Doug Wathke says he recognized Terry's yard. The water's high today.
It is. So just a few minutes ago, right before the show started, we had about, 20 some geese out there just honking away and showing their support for Cannonball Chronicles tonight.
Oh, that's cool. There seems to be a new thing happening with these Source Media shows that I don't know if you're aware. I'm sure you're aware because you were complaining about it last week. Everybody's vying to be the first on. So we challenge all our listeners to try and be the first one to log on.
Right.
On any of the Source Media shows. Tonight, it was Mike Draco. First in. In. He's what?
I said he's always one of the first guys.
Yeah. I know you were bitching the other day about trying to be the first.
I have been. For like the last 6 weeks, I'm like, I want to be that first person that gets on there and comments. So it's on my bucket list. I'm not going to quit trying until I get it done.
Yeah. I'm challenging everybody to do that.
Right.
Let's see if you guys can be the first one on.
Hey, so check this out. I was in Cape Girardeau, Missouri last night for just doing some last minute preparations with the city and some of the businesses that are graciously hosting us. Great race, which is basically the car version of the Motorcycle Cannonball, was in Cape Girardeau last night. Unfreaking believable. 120 pre-1970 cars.
Wow.
The crowd from Cape Girardeau, the locals came out. There had to have been 2,000 or 3,000 people there. Hometown spirit in this place was unbelievable.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, I took a lot of great photos, a lot of stuff. I tried to post some stuff on Instagram. I'm just so busy while I'm out here that it was a little bit tough, but I'll try to get some more out there. And I was going to load a few up for the show tonight, but I was having too much fun.
So you were representing the original Motorcycle Cannonball, often imitated and never duplicated, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
So, yeah, we were there. We got to get in front of the crowd last night and make a little bit of an announcement for everybody that was there to come see us in a couple weeks. Pretty neat because we're doing an event there that they'll actually get to see us twice. So on July 5th, they'll get to see us do the official green flag ceremony at the Red Star boat launch. And then when we come back 5 days later on July 10th, we'll have a huge grand finale celebration downtown Cape Girardeau, right on the river. And they know how to frickin' throw a party. So we are, yeah.
Oh, that sounds great. So tell us, you finished the course now. So any surprises, anything? I mean, to you, any surprises, any news that you want to share?
There is. Actually, let's do this. I want to do this. Let's bring back something we haven't had on for a few weeks, and let's bring on a picture's worth 1,000 words.
Let's do it.
So here's kind of a bummer. We had this great little route set up here on the last day, stage 5 from to this was going to be kind of a really neat feature right here where we would actually do a little bit of a water crossing. Well, unfortunately right now you can see that nobody's making this water crossing, which was a bummer. Anyway, looks like we have some work that we got to do ahead of time now to reroute this road. This is really going to be a bummer because this road actually led onto another road, which led onto another road. So now we need to try to figure out how we're going to get from here to the next part. Really bummed about this, but it is pretty spectacular out here.
Wow, that's cool.
Oh man, I'm telling you, it's freaking chills when I watch that video. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that we're gonna see.
That video was great, man.
Right. So, unfortunately, I mean, this was going to be a part of the run. It was going to be one of the highlights, of doing some water crossings. So I'm sure a lot of these guys that are on the chase probably have never been off road or done a water crossing or anything like that. And usually it's 3 to 6 inches deep, maybe 10, 15 feet long. Unfortunately, now it's 30 feet underwater.
Oh my God.
Well, yeah, it was. When I came over the top of the hill, it said, road closed due to water. And I was like, oh, yeah, whatever. I'll get through it with my van. Yeah, not so much. I came over the top of the hill and I was just devastated. But
wow.
Anyway, I mean, that was a really cool sight. I sat there for probably 30 minutes just taking in the sights and the smells and the sounds. And I mean, to me, that picture, Ozarks.
We have a couple questions here. Matt Miller wants to know, will there be HD dealerships along the way so we can get 60 weight oil?
That is a great question. So I have ahead of time, most of the towns that will be in for the hosted stops, they do have dealerships. I have contacted some of them, but I've also contacted people like O'Reilly, Pet Boys, different places like that generally, and told them that we would be in town. Most of these towns have a few different places, so it shouldn't be tough to find something. But you'll have to find it.
Leanne says that was a close one. Secrets of the Ozarks. Your answer to that.
Did anybody pick up what cities we were going to? Because I said it right in the video.
Well, it got bleeped out.
Oh, it did? Who did that?
Chris did that. You weren't listening again.
Oh,
what were you, on your phone?
I was going to see if listeners were listening tonight and they would get a clue of where we were going.
No, Chris bleeped it out.
Huh. All right.
And I just want to say to Leanne, that was no accident, my earlier comment, but she knows what I'm talking about. Tim Burns says, with the flood I had my shop, I'm sure I can cross that river.
Hey, extra bonus points if you can get across it.
Optional route, is that what you're saying?
Oh, there you go.
There you go. Hey, it may be down by then.
Heck yeah.
Right? And then if you set your bike up for a water crossing, you're all good to go.
Right. Oh, hey, that reminds me, talking about water, I don't know if you guys seen on our social media pages this last week that a great friend of mine, Jason Momoa, has this great water company, Mananalu, and they stepped up on board. We partnered with them this year for both the cross country chase and the motorcycle cannonball. And we've, kind of pledged with them to do a water sponsorship. So they're going to keep all of us hydrated with this great water that they have.
Hold it up in front of the camera there. Turn it sideways so they can read that nice label.
Yeah. So thanks to Mananalu for the great sponsorship partnership that they have with us. Kind of a neat little story, they're into, kind of help save the earth a little bit and get away people from using single-use plastics. They spread a great message, great everything. 100% recyclable aluminum cans. These cans are actually good. I think Cannonball and Chase riders will find out that they fit perfectly to drain your oil. So reusable. So once you drink this, you can refill it in a fountain, whatever, and keep using it through the day. So part of our little commitment to reduce our carbon footprint as we're going across the country and hopefully help save the environment a little bit. So I'm super excited to partner with these guys and have them keep us hydrated on the ride. So
we got some breaking news from the studio from our engineer. I want to bring Chris in right now.
I don't know if it's breaking news or not, but the 2021 official program, first ever program for Chaser Cannonball, is well underway. I want to personally take a second and thank all of the riders who, man, I know we sprung all this stuff on you guys last minute, and everybody's been so good about getting us pictures and working with us, and you guys are not going to be disappointed. We're super proud of this. It's coming out fantastic. So just 1 second, I wanted to say thank you all very much.
And that's from the one and only official cross-country chase, brought to you by the one and only Motorcycle Cannonball.
Hey, this program is unbelievable. I was going through it last night in the hotel room, looking at some of the proofs. Chris, is it possible? Can you throw a few of the rider things up to give a sneak peek?
Yeah, go ahead. You guys keep talking. I'll get some stuff loaded up for you.
All right. So this thing is way beyond expectations of how we imagined this thing coming out. It is unbelievable. The way that everything's laid out and done, and the bios and the pictures, like Chris said, we were kind of hounding on it, but I think once all you guys out there see the finished product, you are going to love it. You are going to love it. Even and the enthusiasts, if you can't make it to one of the events, this book right here will actually give you everything you need to know about both the cross country chase and the motorcycle cannonball. So this right here is like what a typical rider page would look like. Basically gives their name, where they're from, what type of bike, what class they're in, and a short bio about the person. So we're giving you an inside look at your fingertips to learn about the riders and even some about their machines.
But some of the stories we're not going to, or some of the secrets we're not going to give away tonight are the truly amazing parts. Because when you pick up a program for any event that you go to, there's certain things that you expect, but the depths that we went into with this, the incredible imagery from Michael Lichter, the history of the event itself, last year's event, some of the neat tidbits that we squeezed into this thing. It's really a personal account of this whole phenomenon. It's fantastic.
Right. Yeah, I'm super excited. So we will have those next week. They'll actually be on our website. We might start doing some pre-sales this week on it. So maybe look this weekend online to get an advanced copy. I think we'll start shipping them out next week. And then we'll actually have them with us in Cape Girardeau and along the route. So you do happen to see us on one of our secret locations, or you come to the start or the grand finale, you'll be able to pick one of these bad boys up.
Okay, so I want to encourage people to visit the official Motorcycle Cannonball site. So you want to give them some info on that?
Yeah, you bet. So The official Cannonball site is www.motorcyclecannonball.com. This was an event that was started in 2010 by the former Lonnie Isom Jr. It's a coast-to-coast endurance run that involves every time it changes a little bit, but generally pre-1930 and older motorcycles. This year, particular for you guys that are just kind of tuning in with us and haven't heard much about the Motorcycle Cannonball, this year in September, we are starting in Cape Girardeau, Missouri, and our final destination 16 days later will be in South Island, Texas.
No, you're starting in Sault Ste. Marie.
Correct.
Not Cape Girardeau. You've got Cape Girardeau on the mind.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Cape Girardeau.
These things are running into each other, aren't they?
It's tough. I'm telling you, man. It's I don't know what me and my wife Leanne were thinking about trying to do 2 events in 1 year, but you know, it's been a test on us, that's for sure.
Quick, Jason, where are you right now?
So I'm actually in just outside of Cape Girardeau, a couple hours.
Nice.
So
great.
But, hey, what do you say we take a quick break?
Yep.
And back with our guest. We are going to have some great stories tonight. Bartek has been outstanding, been kind of a good friend over the years, and he's really got some cool stuff going on, and I think you guys will enjoy. So grab something cold to drink.
Hold on. I have one quick message before the commercials, and I just want to encourage people, anybody who's watching any of these source media shows, if you have a product or something that you would like to advertise, contact Source Media for a marketing deck and advertising rates. They're very reasonable, and there's some very good information about the target audience and the reach that you'll get for the money that you pay. So we want to encourage you guys to sponsor up if you want. If you have a product, like I said, or an event or something like that, feel free to contact us through Source Media. And with that, let's get some of our sponsors advertising rolling here. Take a look.
Let's give them some love.
Hi, I'm Tom. I'm with Banks Brothers Motorcycles. One of the things I want to show you today is our new improved engine puller.
The changes to this machine has been in the arms and in the hands. We put hind joints in the hand to allow rotation of the engine, which makes it easier to get it in and out of the frame. With the angle change, we have equal clamping pressure on them. And over here we have what's called the posi lock, which allows this to be locked in place and the engine can't swing from side to side.
And we're going to show you just how easy it is to pull the motor out of the bike right now. George is actually going to come in, make contact with the cylinders, tighten it down, and he'll pull it out of there.
You lift it up, rotate it, and bring the assembly out of the frame. You see the motor starting to move, and it centers itself. This allows no side play once the motor's in place, and it keeps it safe. It can't fall out.
Visit BanksBrothersMotorcycles.com to order your Banks lift.
Everything we do at the track shapes what we build for the street and the dirt.
You can see how bad these guys want it. A race to the line.
For us, racing is not for the trophies or the glory. We compete because it makes everything we do faster, more durable, and tested to a higher standard. For S&S, racing is the ultimate in proven performance, and we've been proving it since 1958.
My name is Ray Yanis. I'm from Ormond Beach, Florida. Got into motorcycling, at a very early age, like every young guy does with mini bikes, go-karts, that kind of stuff. I got a frame for a mini bike. I strapped that thing. I had no brakes. All my shoes had holes. And I grew up with Warren and Billy Lane when I moved When I moved from New Jersey, I moved to Miami. Billy's a little bit younger than Warren and I. They've been cool since day one, man. I mean, I can't lie. My parents, you know, they came from Cuba. My dad moved to New York City in 1959, you know, right when Castro took over. I joined the Navy 1986. My chief had a Harley Davidson there, and he had an old FLH, and he would ride this thing in his uniform every day. Had a 67 Sportster with a Magneto. Don't recommend it. My first Harley was 1989. I've never been without a Harley since. I retired Miami, you know. I was in law enforcement there for 23 years. Now this is what I enjoy. You know, it's kind of like a Ripley's Believe It or Not, like everything's shrunk down. Small lathe, small drill press. You know, when it's cold as hell out here, and it's, you know, you get condensation and stuff. I don't have much wall space, but I have a little bit of everything that's important to me. You know, after a long day, come in here and just, this is my happy place. I'm grateful. I thank God every day. You don't have to be the best fabricator. You don't have to be the best designer. You don't have to be the best mechanic. You don't have to be the best welder. You don't have to be the best anything. Just make sure that what you do, that you're going to be proud of it when you're done, that you don't take shortcuts, and that it's done the right way. I'm Ray Yanis from Ormond Beach, Florida, and I'm a Dennis Kirk garage builder.
Hey, thanks to our great partners, and we are back.
Hey, I got only one problem with that. 67 Sportster with a Magneto. I do recommend it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, so check it out. We have a great guest tonight.
We do.
Name's Bartek Mizerski. He's originally from Poland, currently living in the Midwest in Illinois right now. And Bartek got started in the Cannonball 4 or 5 years ago, I think, back in 2014. And he's actually going to be an up-and-coming chase rider here in the next couple of weeks. He'll be joining us in Cape Girardeau. And I'm excited to bring him in and start talking to him.
Let's bring him in.
Hey, Bartek, how's it going?
Hi, everybody. Hi.
What's going on? That looks like a comfortable spot you got going right there.
Yes,
you're
that's
surrounded.
my happy,
Careful, you're surrounded by Indians.
Yes, I have here quite a few Indians. That's one for Cannonball and one for cross-country chase.
Oh, cool. Well, let's talk about the Cannonball bike first. That's right behind you.
Yes, this is Indian Power Plus. Frame, it's 1918. Bottom of the engine, it's 1916. Even register like 1916 Indian Power Plus. And been ready for 2016 Cannonball, but I cannot participate in 16. I canceled last minute. And I was kind of the mad of this bike, and right now I bring him back, and I want to try to cross the country on 1916 Power Plus.
All right. What a great bike to try to do it on. Really kind of an unknown, really kind of powerhouse of a motorcycle. You know, once those Power Pluses are set up, they're actually pretty rock solid, aren't they?
Yes, that's I see several guys who've been very successful, but you know how is the Cannonball. Doesn't matter what you do, that's the only 40%. 60% it's your luck.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. So let's talk about that bike a little bit more, of how you came to acquire it. Is that did you buy it from piece, or did you actually find a motorcycle, or?
I bought this in pieces. The frame was bought I find in Canada. Engine in the US. Transmission and clutch was from Sweden.
Heck yeah. So what was the process of putting this together? I mean, what was what was your timeline of how long it took for you?
I retired. That's coming very quick because I don't have nothing else to do. But it's just make me happy that way.
Well, let's talk about, since you brought it up, being retired. What did you retire from?
I was by profession from Poland. I'm road construction, civil engineering, road construction engineer. Here I was working like a building engineer. I managed 5 high rises in Chicago.
Oh, no kidding.
No, I was working for the family who owned it, and I was responsible for technical side, and was another crew like rental agents.
So let me ask you a question about that Illinois accent that you have there. Tell us a little bit about the history of that Illinois accent.
Well, it's over 1 million of us Polish people in Chicago. That's why, it's like, that's people who, I come here like I was 29, and I never gonna lose the accent. And I never, since first day, like I come, I was working. I wasn't going to any school here. I must learn, communicate, and work, to survive.
So tell us a little bit about motorcycles and growing up in Poland, and the popularity and when you first got started.
Motorcycle, my father was always have motorcycle, and like as young kid, if you clean the bike on Saturday, you have a spin around the house. That's how started. Then in 70s, we start, some US motorcycle magazine comes to Poland, and we see the bikers and all this movement, and we start looking for the bikes, leftovers from World War II. And that was our source of the bikes. And we never think about collecting. We just want to ride. We look for the bigger engine, faster bike. That was the goal.
What was mostly available back then?
It was WLAs and German bikes. That was very common, like a Zundapp or BMW, NSU, DKW, and WLAs.
Now you said bigger, faster bikes. I mean, WLA is not very fast, is it?
No, but Zundapp it's fast, and Zundapp it's BMW. Then bigger engine, then faster. But WLA was, pretty cool bike.
Right. I'm sure they were probably pretty available over there. I mean, after the war, a lot of that stuff got left over there. So
yeah, US helped Russia, and they send a lot of WLAs to Russia, and they've been pretty, but was not that easy. Was not that easy to find the Harley. Harley was always hard to find.
So more of the
was it
W's were easier?
Pardon me?
Oh, I said more of the BMWs were easier to find.
Oh yes, BMW Zundapp was much more easy, because was looks like was many of them left, behind the front.
Were the Harleys more affordable or less affordable than the Zundapps and the BMWs?
Everybody was looking for the new bike, and the Poland was insulated. You cannot sell out of the country. They've been not pricey bikes. Harley was dependable, good bike to ride.
That's something you don't hear every day.
Well, why you didn't supply us with Indians,
So do you remember what your first bike was?
That was East Germany bike. That was MZ.
Wow.
MZ 350 twin, 2-stroke.
Oh, That's one that you don't hear about all the time.
Then I had Zundapp KS 600.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yes, it's a good. Yes, then the Norton International. I still have this bike, and the Polish bikes. In NSU, I had quite a few bikes there. Yeah.
Let's talk about the Polish bikes. I guess most people probably don't know that Poland actually produced a motorcycle.
Yes, Poland reached the independence in 1918, and they for the Polish army they bought it leftovers from World War One. That was Harley and Indians. Then in 1934, they produced Polish-made motorcycle called Sokol, and it was 4 models. It was Sokol 200, 500, 600, and 1000. Most of this, like I can say, 90% of the production was strictly for the army. And not that many bikes survived because model 1000, they just make around 3,500 of them. And 600 was popular too, was 3,500. And the rest of them was only few of them been made. And 39 World War II started, and production stops. And that's the picture of Polish Sokol 1000.
So what does 1000, does that designate that that's like 1000 cc or?
Yes, this is 1000 cc, very heavy built motorcycle. Frame, it's look like more like VL. Engine, some people said that looks like Indian, but that was the era how they built the bikes on that time, and
right.
Was very, very dependable, very, very solid bike.
Now you said started production in 1934, correct?
They started 1934 to 1939. They make only 3,500 of them.
Oh, so they were only in production for 4 years?
Yes.
Wow. So, I mean, they got to be really tough to find.
Really, yes, and very pricey in Poland.
So,
tell us a little bit about the Polish government and motorcycles, early motorcycles pre-war.
Yes, pre-war, the Polish motorcycle been made by a state manufacturer. They want to be, they don't want to depend on the foreign industry. And this bike was built strictly in Poland. The whole parts been made in Poland. They said the 95% of the bike was made in Poland. Only few, I think, bearings and something. 95% was strictly Polish bike. And because they afraid if again war started, we're gonna lose, parts for these bikes.
So I have a note here though that says the Polish government owns everything prior to 1945. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, this is like a national treasure. You can sell the bike inside Poland, but you cannot sell outside. This law, I think, still exists, and I come to this country in 81, and I think 10 years later, on my first trip to Poland, I learned that people have been bringing parts from Russia through the border, also kind of illegally, like piece by piece. We call this way like end. He take to the back cylinder. He cross the border on the foot, back, go for another cylinder, go for transmission, and they tell me about it. I say, wait a minute, I can do same thing, to bringing the stuff to US. And I disassemble my Polish bikes and I load it to the suitcases. and I start flying back and forth between Poland and US. And that way I bring quite a few bikes.
Oh, no.
Does the government know?
No, they don't know. And always they give me hard time. I was always huge stress because if they find, they're going to confiscate from me. But I was always, just like they've been making fun of me, that I'm crazy. Look at the guy, he's going to US, he's bringing, I didn't clean the parts, they've been very greasy, messy. So he is a psychopath, just look at them. And I say, okay, then more worry, and I was flying and with my wife, 4 suitcases, almost one trip, one bike.
How many Sokals are here in the United States?
I had 5 of them. I already sold 3. One I sold. One is in Chicago, 600cc, and I still have a 1000cc, 2 of them. And I think that's the only one in US.
Nancy Weems wants to know how you got the frame over here.
Wrap it in the toilet paper and put the address and treat it like a suitcase.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That is crazy.
And just and play dumb, just I show up on the board. That's it.
Did you use your dumb guy face? Did you do the dumb guy?
Yes, and no, and just any question what they ask you, just answer right away. Doesn't matter what, just answer. Don't hesitate. That's what they learn.
What is that? It's a railing for my house.
No, they just say, okay, you're not going nowhere. You must tell us each part what is what kind of bike it's from, what year. I said, that's no problem. I said, this is Norton 1952. This is Triumph 1962. Oh, yeah. Okay, you can pass. I said, oh, gosh.
Yeah. They don't know.
So I can't remember what you said. That those were actually together riding bikes when they were in Poland?
Yes. Yes.
Then you just and brought.
I disassemble, yes, and bring it over, yes.
So you were actually on your first Cannonball. You actually rode one of those Sokals, didn't you?
Yeah, that was with Cannonball in 2012. Friend of mine learned about the Cannonball from Doug Watke, and we go together with Rafael to Milwaukee. That was stop in Milwaukee. And I remember like the bikes was coming from the ferry, kind of the late on the afternoon. I see them and I had goosebumps. I said, my God, I do everything to just participate in this kind of event. I follow Cannonball to Anamosa, and I got back and I was waiting for registration next year, but they didn't open the list. Everything was booked. I was devastated, and I wrote the email to Lani Isam that I have a Polish bike, and it will be great addition to his event. And in a few days, I got the answer, and he said, Bartek, I'm personally inviting you to the Cannonball. And I was in heaven.
Oh, and, yeah. I mean, we actually have stories. I kind of went through the same thing with Lonnie of, getting to hang out with him and, being with the shop and, kind of caught the same bug in 2012 and wasn't able to participate in that one. And, but wanted to be a part of it and was there Haley begging him to give me a spot.
And for me, it was really big because that's the Polish bike, first Polish bike across this country. And we've been very successful. The Les, who was my crew member, he wrote the book about our participating in participation in event, and it's in Polish. That's we advertised this event in Poland, quite few articles in the main motorcycle magazines in Poland was about the Cannonball. And also I must mention I was lucky guy because I had lunch with Lani. We had lunch in gas station on garbage can. We had pizza on 2014. That was an unforgettable moment, and that was the, scary for me, but I also, was very happy to be part of that event.
Yeah, I want to elaborate a little bit on that of, kind of what you had to go through. I mean, really, you had a one-of-a-kind motorcycle there, and you can't find no parts in the United States. I mean, what was the pressure of, getting there, making sure the thing ran, and like you said, I mean, a lot of people were watching you because you had something that was very, very unique.
My biggest afraid was if I break down on the first day, that I'm gonna become another Polish joke with the Polish motorcycle. Yes, and after I think 3 or 4 days, and I say, guys, relax. We are enjoying. We are going like a whistle.
That's great. So tell our viewers what Sokol means in English and translated.
It's a falcon. It's a name of bird, falcon. Falcon. That's the, I don't know. And the factory name, it's M111. They also use this number, code M111.
Right.
So Sokol was not somebody's name. It was just something they came.
It's a name of the falcon, traveling falcon. It's a very beautiful falcon. That's the only thing what I know about the name.
Okay, yeah.
That makes sense. I mean, that's really kind of a motorcycle. I think we have a picture of it. Let's pull it up. So while we're looking for that picture, let's talk a little bit more about the 14. I mean, having a one-of-a-kind cycle, competing in the thing. I mean, did you guys have any problems along the way?
Yes, always we have some problems, but we've been able to taking care of that, and we had perfect score on that year, and we've been blessed. That was, we don't know what we're doing. We don't know what we participating. We don't know how hard it will be. But I think on start, I meet my Dennis Legat, who was riding Sport Scout. And we become friends and we ride together and we help each other. And we've been able to finish the race.
Oh, nice. So what I want to just kind of, I'm so enamored by this Sokol. I mean, just because it's something that you don't see every day. Let's talk a little bit about the mechanics of it. I mean, you said earlier that it's 1,000 cc. Obviously, it looks like it's a flathead side valve motor, correct?
Yes, 45 degree. I use the Volkswagen air-cooled pistons, 3-speed transmission. Primary, it's like Indian 101, moved by the gears in oil, and 19 inches wheels, very heavy frame.
It looks very solid. I mean, it looks like it's just a ride.
Engine, it's total lost. Very simple bike.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it really looks like a fun bike to ride. Have you actually gotten? Do you still ride the thing after the Cannonball?
Can you imagine? After I was so happy that I finished this and I parked, and it's sitting in my another location. I never start since then. And I promised myself next year I'm going to start using again.
Oh, that would be cool. That would be way cool. I'd love to see that. I think that would be just a really neat bike to see on like the event, like the Chase,
Oh, yes. I was thinking, was a little bit kind of too late for me, to prepare this bike. And I had this one prepared for the last year chase. That's why, I jump on this one, and I'm going to use this one this year.
Right, right. Yeah, and Indian's just as good.
Oh, yes.
So let's talk about that bike. That's the other bike that's in the background of you. That's a 44 Chief, correct?
Yes, that's the 44 Chief police model. That's the almost, I find bike this way, and I check everything inside. I leave it kind of the patina, how it is, and I hope will be successful runner. Yeah.
Oh, good. How long have you actually had that motorcycle right there?
Maybe 5-6 years.
Oh, okay. Where'd you find it at?
Southern Indiana.
That's pretty rare. Most people don't know, but 44 was actually a pretty small production year.
Yes. Mm-hmm. It's got the special only 1 year tail light, got the siren. It's almost everything correct on this bike.
How is it? I mean, what's the thing like to ride? I mean, is it kind of one of your go-to bikes right now?
You know what, Chief? It's a really, really comfortable bike to ride. Like kind of like a Polish bike. Then in 2018, I participated in Cannonball, and I used in 1928 Indian 101. And I'm big guy, and this is small bike, and everybody was commenting, "They're gonna kill this bike," And I was so hard. And I remember last 2 days, the bike give up on me, and I just pull over and I say, "Okay, that's it, I'm done." And wait a few minutes, kick the bike the start, and I pursue. And I was doing this maybe 6-7 times, and I say, well, if it's not itching, don't scratch. Maybe I will be lucky, and I finish the race. And I finished the race, and I come home, and the first thing, I removed the heads, and the carbon was so bad. That was my problem in the last 2 days.
Oh, it was, huh? Just
making it build up on the carbon and a high temperature. And losing the compression, and losing explosive, just stop working and chill down, work again, and I've been able to finish the race.
Oh, good. So you finished the 2018
yes.
On
Indian 101.
Jason,
what?
Bartek gave us some videos. Let's take a look at some of the stuff that he supplied us with.
You bet. So this is your shop here?
No, this is my place where my storage.
Oh, your storage.
My happy place. My toilet.
Happy place, yeah.
That's Polish. That's the Polish Sokol. That's 101. That's my Indian 4. That's my Norton International.
Wow, that does look like a happy place.
Oh, and you got is that a 53, Chief?
50. This is 52 Roadmaster. This is
nice.
This is 53 Police Model Roadmaster. This is 48, 44. This is 741.
Hey, I need that fender.
Sport Scout, the Dispatch Tow, Indian 38, Power Plus, VL,
29 JD, very nice.
Yes, VL, Harley, whatever related to motorcycle. I love to, keep it.
You buy Indians a little bit more though, huh?
Well, I just, how to say, I find a lucky hole, I find the source of, just if I find a place where I can, I'm digging the Indians from there.
There you go.
And if I find a Harley, I will be Harley guy. I love all motorcycles.
Oh yeah.
That's the spirit. Two wheels keeps you moving.
Exactly.
That's for sure.
Cool.
How about what do you, besides working on the chase bike and the Cannonball bike, is there any other projects that you're working on right now?
I've behind me 1917 Indian Power Plus.
Oh,
it's a green one behind me, yes. And 3 weeks ago, I bring over 1953 Roadmaster.
Oh.
I just find this. I cannot resist. I bought it.
Tell us about the difference in the ride between the leaf spring, the girder, and the glide type front end on the Indians.
I love the girdle. I think that's the most comfortable.
Okay. And the handling? The handling is the best with the girder?
I think so.
It's such a great geometry. I mean, it just the way that they handle and everything on them. It's really pretty
and
good.
Also for me, lift spring, it's a two different story. Some front lift springs are kind of the softer, and some of them are very, very tough. Like my 101, it's really lift spring doesn't move that much. 44, it's more comfortable, but the girdle, it's much better.
And then let's talk about starting that 80-inch.
80-inch Kickstarter, it's longer, almost inch and a half. That's for me, it's no problem because like you see, I'm a big guy. It's
right.
But it's a pleasure. It's a beautiful motorcycle. I just love it.
Yeah, that 80-inch has a lot more. It's a
completely
lot more
different
to
sound,
start it,
completely different bike. Yes.
I finished one up here, and then I went to start. It was like starting my Sportster.
And you know what? This bike was, the guy said, was 40 years stored in barn. Somebody removed the sprocket from the Kickstarter and was sitting that way. He cannot even kick this bike. And I bring it over. I put the few wires on the bike. The bike, you can kick it with the hand. It was completely no compression. Third kick was running beautifully. Almost like you can take for Cannonball.
We had a WL in here at the shop last week. It was the same thing. You could probably push it through with one finger, and it started right up. It ran great.
Oh wow!
And it's no smoking, no nothing. Probably the valve was open position for so long, and right now that's why it doesn't have compression. That much compression, a little bit it is, but it's still sounds great. It's almost like need cosmetics. Will be beautiful bike. We'll see.
So if you've been watching our show at all, you'll know the name Nancy Weems. She's one of our better viewers here who tunes in all the time. And she has a question for you. She wants to know, how many motorcycles does Bartek own?
Around 20, because that's changed. Like 3 weeks ago, I bring one. I trade one bike, but for two other bikes, around 20. I want to keep it because it's space. It's so limited.
You don't have to get a new building.
Is there one in particular that you're in love with and would never sell?
You know what? I was thinking that way, that I never gonna sell the bike. Then my employee and the gentleman who owned the high rises, once on the website I'd find the guy who was selling the post stamp collection on the post stamp, expensive collection, and that was him. And I called him and I said, Bob, you collect the post stamps? He said, yes. I said, why are you selling? You just so much time and effort. And he said, Bartek, it's a time for collection, it's a time for selling. And I like it that way, and just
ain't that the truth?
I had Polish motorcycle. They make only 3 of them, and I had number 2. In National Museum in Warsaw, it's number 3. And I think that I never gonna sell it, this bike. But offer was, I cannot refuse, and I sold the bike.
Yeah, that's
I know the feeling.
offers you can't refuse. I get a few of those every once in a while.
It just, I had my 5 minutes with that, and just nobody gonna take away this from me. I own this bike for, I don't know, 20, 30 years, and that's it. Right now, it's in another happy hands.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, in the end, we're only just caretakers, right? So enjoy it while you can, and pass it along to someone else who will enjoy it.
And it's for me, most of the bikes, I bought it like a basket cases, and I really enjoying to bringing them back to life.
Mm.
And like I live in the high rises on 20 some floors, and usually my shop was one of the bedroom. And then during the night, I was bringing them down by elevator, like I finished, that was part of my life. I was very happy.
Hey, so let's do, this is a question that I like to ask people is, you being a collector, actually doing some buying and selling, what is the one motorcycle that you're looking for right now?
Maybe another Indian 4.
I usually have about the same answer. Like they're like, oh dang, which one should I tell them? Because there's a few of them that are on my bucket list right now. So
it's like a 49 Indian 4. That will be a beautiful bike. I love it. I have a skirted and not skirted. Yeah.
Have you owned a Henderson?
No, never. Once I was that close, but on that time I was so poor that I don't have money, and I couldn't, my wife said, buy it. But I said, we're going to be without even penny. She said, buy it. And that was my fault. I didn't bought it. And
our engineer wants to know, so what motorcycle are you chasing right now?
1939 Indian 4.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's high on my bucket list right there to own one of them.
Well, Jason, you want to own everything. Come on, fess up.
But I got something that's I haven't found it yet, but it's something that just keeps drawing me in, that I think I need to own one. And that's I'm looking for a KJ. I'm looking,
me too.
I am not going to buy anything until I find a KJ.
Did you get that Dayton yet?
No. I shouldn't say that because, I don't want to jinx myself. There's,
Oh my God, the price is unbelievable.
Well, that's the published price.
But anyway.
Well, that's cool. Let's go through some of your pictures, Bartek. Let's take a look at some of the ones you wanted to talk about. I don't know if we got to them yet or not, but let's roll through them again, and you can tell us a little bit about what we're looking at.
This is my crew in 1928 Indian 101 in 2018 Cannonball. This is on the start line.
Well, you have to say who these people are. They're going to be very upset with you.
Okay,
if
that
you
was international. That was international crew. That's me. That's Jack. That's dentist. That's Vladimir, Czech Republic, and a Catholic priest from Poland.
Oh, they got a priest with you?
Yes. That's why I'm so successful. With
Did he
Jewish,
bless?
they praying for me.
Did he bless the motorcycle every day for you?
Yes. That's my secret. These two guys, just constantly praying in two different religions, and that's why I'm successful.
Yeah, I can hear it now. Oh my God, let him finish the day.
Yes. This is me in 70s on Polish Sokol on some of the motorcycle rally.
Nice.
Wow, that's cool. So that's in the 1970s?
70s, yes.
Oh, nice. And that was the Soko. What model was that one?
600, smaller one, single cylinder side valve, but in a rubber mounted engine. This is Lani Isam in 2014 with me in Cannonball. He's wearing my t-shirt. And
That was great.
this is my U.S. parents, Bob and Rosie Drucker. They fly to Washington to see me on the finish line in 2014.
Oh, good.
This is me in 2014 race.
That's the 1000cc.
Yes, 1000 cc.
Man, I love that thing.
So
I can
really...
tell you one short story about it. Like I show up in Daytona and I don't know anybody, and was a lot of crowd there was coming, and they said, what the hell is that? I said, Polish bike. What the hell you mean it's Polish bike? Looks like Harley. I said, oh my God, we are in trouble, but on the middle of the race, everybody learned the name Soko, and they said, Soko, it's a strong runner, thumbs up. And by the end of the race, they approached me and asked, where they can buy bike like that. That was biggest compliment. And that's the finish line. And some Polish people from Washington who live there, they come to welcome me on the finish line.
And it's a Polish bike, and it's no joke. That's for sure.
It is, exactly.
I always call it the So Cool.
This is me on WLA in Poland in 70. This bike I sold for ticket to US.
Oh, wow. Elaborate on that a little bit.
Yeah, but
why did you want to come to the US? Tell us about that.
I had Polish car. I'm sorry, was falling to pieces, and I hear the people going to US and making some money, and I can buy the better car. And I come here, I look at it, and I say, my God, if I have my wife and my daughter, that's I can have a great life here. And what I did, I just let her know, kind of in secret, that I'm gonna send a telegram that I'm in coma in hospital. I was crashed on motorcycle, and they need her to remove me from the life support. And she showed up this telegram, and she received the passport, but they didn't give her visa. And she jumped to train. She go to Austria. She go to refugee camp, and she joined me here.
Holy cow.
Wow, that's some story.
That's crazy.
It's also everything around motorcycles.
So
that's me in 70s.
The motorcycles really did change your life in a way. Is that?
Always was helpful for me. Always. And I was blessed by. That's me. That's me in the 70s riding, my Polish bike. Look at what time doing to us. Yeah.
So I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Motorcycles changed your life.
Changed life and been very helpful to me. Like I go through hard time, and it was very helpful to clean the mind, and just keep you busy. I'm very blessed, that somehow become my hobby and passion. Yeah.
Yeah, very therapeutic.
Yes, and I was so happy. All my life I was kind of the loner because everybody on a modern bike go to bar. My bike was sometimes breaking down. They didn't go that fast. And finally, like I learned about the Cannonball, I said, well, I need to participate. I'm going to do everything what I can to help these guys, because that was always in my mind, to find a group of people in the similar bikes, and ride together.
Right.
Chris Simmons says that in that last picture that you look like a young David Crosby.
Thank you, Chris.
Hey, let's talk about future plans. The cross country chase is coming up here in 2 weeks, which
Yes.
Any preparations, getting prepared for that? Is the bike 100% ready to go? Are you ready to go personally?
Yes, I'm ready for the chase. I'm coming from the chase, and I'm preparing the Power Plus for Cannonball. I hope they're gonna reopen the tourist communication between the Poland and US, because I'm waiting for Les to help me in Cannonball. If he not gonna show up, if he cannot come, someone gonna take me from here, drop me in Sault Ste. Marie, and I just go with somebody, drop my tools and stuff, and I gotta go anyway.
I'm glad you brought that up. I wanted to ask you about Les because we have some notes. Tell us about Les.
Les, he's a Catholic priest with he's a theology doctor degree,
Right.
and he's working like a priest in Poland. But before he go to become the priest, he finished college in car mechanic profile, and that's why his love is to cars and motorcycles. And I meet him by accident in Poland, and I invite him here, and since then we become the friends. And like I say again, he just wrote the beautiful book about the Cannonball.
And I understand it's in a second printing, right?
Yes, second printing. Yes, it's around 150 pictures, and each day we are very, very proud of that. It's in Polish language, and he's every Cannonball coming to help me, and we become good friends. Like I go to Europe, we're going to visiting our friends in Italy. We meet them in Cannonball. It's a good guy, and also he got more bikes than I do.
Oh, no kidding.
No, he got, I don't know, maybe 30, 40 bikes, cars.
Oh, wow.
Is there a chance he might want to do the Cannonball?
I think right now for him it's a little bit too expensive. For anybody from Europe, it's a quiet, I can say easy double, then even more.
The euro is up.
You never know. You never know. I never asked him this question. He is coming. He is enjoying. Whatever.
Right.
Right. His plans is. He's participating in events in Poland, in Europe. But I don't know. Me, till I healthy, I'm gonna be participating in Cannonball.
Oh, good. So
Excellent.
that kind of leads me to one of our last questions, because we are running out of time here. I want to, for the last question, just ask you, really, besides thinking about the chase and the Cannonball, what else is on Bartek's mind? Is there any future plans outside of the events, or any travel, anything you're working on, anything that you want to accomplish in the next year?
Yes, I want to travel more because my daughter lives in England. She lives in London. I want to see her more. I want to travel more to Poland. I have 2 brothers there. Here, I'm just, I'm by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I want to spend more time in Europe. But my home is here.
Oh, good. Well, hopefully travel will start opening up here pretty soon. And
I'm really looking for,
to get back over there to visit people and go have a good time on some adventures that we'll all get to get out there for a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, Bartek, in your travels, I want to invite you to stop here if you're ever in the area, to stop in and say hello and hang out.
Thank you.
Maybe go have a lunch or a dinner or something like that.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Same thing. Anytime you're around in Chicago, my house is open.
Be sure to look you up. That's for sure.
My houses.
Yeah.
My houses, I always making joke because I remember I come here, I had $100 in the pocket, carton of Marlboro, and have a liter of vodka. That was my luggage.
I love it. Hey, you know what? Bartek's always got good Polish beer too.
Yeah. No, that was. I'm just like a sample of American dream. Just if you come, if you are good person, work hard. That's gonna turn good.
I only have one request if I do get out there and we have to go eat, no pulled pork.
That's gonna be kosher pork.
That's a quandary.
No, kidding.
All right. Well, hey, I want to thank you for coming on tonight. It's been just a great time to get to chat with you and catch up. It's been so long since I even got to see you in person. I'm looking forward to seeing you here in the next 2 weeks, and hopefully you'll enjoy the program and the event that we put together for you. And really, the biggest thing is get to meet some new people on a ride. We have a lot of great people this year, a lot of new riders to the events. I think everybody that's on the thing is going to get along and really get to meet and make some friends for a lifetime. So it's, I just don't even know what to say. I'm so excited to get to that point and finally get back on track and start doing some events. So like I said, I'm excited to kind of see you here in the next few weeks.
See ya.
All right. Thanks, Bartek. Great to see you.
Thank you. Good to see you. See you, everybody.
Take care.
So
that was fun. That was great. Hey, listen, I want to ask you a question because some people are tuning in for the first time here. Talking about the one and only original Motorcycle Cannonball. You took this over from Lonnie Isom and vowed to keep his vision alive. Tell us a little bit about why you took this over and what your vision is for the Cannonball. I don't think people understand enough. I mean, you actually went out and you purchased this from him, from a really good friend at a time of need.
Right.
For both of you, really. So tell the folks a little bit about the Cannonball and your vision.
Right. So me and Lonnie were good friends. Of course, I learned of the Cannonball through him, being a resident of Sturgis. It was just one of the things. I got to hang out with the shop, get to see it. And the bug of it in 2012, it really kind of just changed my life. I mean, just being around the people and the support crews and getting to host a party for everybody in Sturgis. I mean, I was hooked. And like I said earlier, after that event, I was at his shop daily, begging him to, hey, I need to be a part of this. I need to be, on the rider, let me help you with the event. I'm good at this kind of stuff. And, we just got closer and got more and more of a relationship. And, from there, I just kind of started helping him out even on the 2014. And then when we got back from the 14 Cannonball, it was one of those things that, Lonnie approached me and said, hey, this thing is growing bigger and more than what I can handle doing myself. Would you consider, partnering with me on this deal? And dude, I mean, I was like blown away, shocked. It was like, dude, this is like a dream of my lifetime to be a part of this event and to help grow it and really to keep it alive. And, unfortunately, not too much longer after that, Lonnie was diagnosed with a terminal brain cancer. And, we just want him to really kind of enjoy his time. So I took over at that point, full logistics, and really just started organizing the event. And, we had a lot of conversations about how things should go and routes. And
Well, it's not to, I don't want to interrupt you. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but a lot of people think that Lonnie's vision was not to grow this thing and to keep it small. Can you speak to that a little bit?
No, it was one of those things that, it was a thing that, we really don't want the thing to go super corporate, and I think we've achieved that fact. It's, the idea of it is to put a ride together of man versus machine. And I think that's something that we
lost your video, I think. Your audio. Chris, do we have his audio?
No, we lost his audio.
Oh, we lost Jason's audio here. Let's see if we can get it back. Jason, we had lost your audio there.
Are you there?
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry. We lost your audio somewhere halfway in there, but
all right.
You're trying to keep his vision alive is basically.
Yeah, absolutely. So, there was a lot of conversations over the years and, visions, and, we've stayed true to a lot of that stuff. I made him a pledge that, we knew that he wasn't going to be around much longer. And, the Cannonball was his baby. This was his pride and joy. And, I made him a personal pledge that, no matter what, I would keep this event alive and going, and to the tune of that, we have put our blood, sweat, and tears into this thing. And, with myself and Leanne, and done a lot of sacrifice with our own family and, financially, and just to keep this thing alive. And really this last year has been a testament that, I made a commitment, and, we love the Cannonball and we don't want to see anything happen to it.
Well,
so,
I think a testament to that is how much people refer to this as a family event. And I don't mean that you can bring, not only can you bring your family to see it, but after participating in it, you become part of a family.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
And I think, any way, there's no way to duplicate that. I don't think another event could ever duplicate what we've seen out of this.
It'd really be tough to, get the type of response that we do out of this, and the way that people mesh and become lifelong friends. It's tough. I do go to a lot of other events, and I just don't see the camaraderie and the friendship and the fellowship that happens on this Cannonball. So,
well, I want to personally, from my end, thank you for keeping Lonnie's vision alive.
It's truly an honor for us, just to even be the caretaker of the thing right now. There'll be a day and time that, that the event will have to get passed on to somebody else, because I won't be able to do it myself. And,
right.
Hopefully the caretakers will, entrust Lonnie's vision and, my vision that we've put into it, and keep the thing going forever.
Well, Spitfire says what you do is amazing, and I'd have to agree with that. Yeah. Keep up the good work, buddy.
We're trying.
All right.
So, hey,
well, that's about all I got to say. What do you got?
Dude, really, we went over a whole lot tonight. I'm super excited. We'll be back again next week on this show. I don't know really where I'm going to be. I think I'll actually be at home. The next day I'll be heading back to Cape Girardeau to get set up for the cross-country chase, which will take place on July 5th through the Ozarks. And so, yeah, we're rocking and rolling.
All right. And my parting shot is I want to encourage our viewers to visit retrocycle.com for any of their Harley aftermarket needs. We have a large inventory of OEM parts. We're hooked up with just about every supplier in the industry. If there's something you need, you let us know and we'll find it for you.
Right. So, Also, check out the other Cycle Source Media shows with Shop Talk Sunday, Coast to Coast with Chris Simmons and Michael Lichter on Tuesdays. Of course, we're always here every Wednesday, Hump Day. Tomorrow is Torque, which is a really great show that's happening. So lots of different content for you motorcycle enthusiasts out there to check out. A lot of great knowledge, a lot of great history is happening.
Sunday, of course, is the Anchor Show and the Source Media Network.
Shop Talk. Heck yeah. So anyway, I'm getting bit up by mosquitoes. It's time to get out of here. I got to get some more of this great barbecue that we just got from up the road. And
give my regards to TR.
I will. So it's great. We'll see you guys next week right here on the same exact channels that you're watching us at right now. And with that, make sure you guys get out there and ride, have a good time, and hey, hug your loved ones.
Yep. Ride safe and have fun, everybody.
All right. We'll see you later.